Welcome to Salute to the Ears, where my family and I discuss everything Disney, from parks, food, and rides to travel tips, movies, and more. On episode 1, we will introduce ourselves and talk about our very favorite and least favorite things about Disney as a family. So sit back, laugh with us, enjoy a little glimpse into the crazy of this Disney family. Hey everyone, welcome to Salute to the Ears. I'm Jeremy. We're a family located smack dab here in the middle of the U.S., Kansas City, home of the Super Bowl champs if you didn't know. Sitting next to me is my beautiful wife of 15 years, Erica.
Hey y'all, how's it going?
So, real quick, a little about me. I'm retired airborne infantry. I was in for 8 years. 2011, I was critically wounded in Afghanistan. I am now a physical therapy assistant. I had to do several months of physical therapy after I was wounded, and during that time, I was carried through by my faith and kind of a redirection and review of life of really finding the joy and happiness in things.
We've been extremely blessed to move home to Kansas City and continue to raise our family here. We have 2 kids. Jackson is 14 and Brooklyn is 11. They're officially out of elementary school, which is crazy. So I work as an admin assistant from home for a nonprofit. And if quarantine and the last 3 months have taught us anything, it's that you need to do what you love and talk about what you love. And
yeah, we talk Disney all the time. We sit around the dinner table. We'll get all kinds of questions like, what's your favorite snack or food? So we thought we'd kind of bring that to here. But first, how is it possible we have a kid in high school?
I don't know.
You all don't understand. The very first ride he ever rode, this is debatable, but I'm telling you, it was Tower of Terror. He was 3 years old, and he was very tall for his age. It may not be the best parenting moment of our lives.
Hey, he wanted to.
He wanted to. He did it.
He knew what he was getting into. He knew what the ride did, and he wanted to ride it, and he was technically tall enough to ride.
He did it. He said he liked it afterwards. Of course, his eyes were the size of saucers, and he may have rode it again later on. He didn't like it as much. But I think now that's one of his favorites.
It's one of his favorites. He's the thrill ride guy.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is more shows, parades, more of the rides that are storytelling versus
absolutely.
thrill.
Yep. She definitely went through her princess phase when she was little, but she's 11 now, so she's out of that.
Yeah, she's grown out of that some.
Yeah, but she still likes Teacups. Teacups is always one of her favorites. Toy Story Mania.
Yeah, she likes Toy Story Mania and the games.
Yeah.
We've been really blessed particularly as a military family, to be able to take them as many times as we have over, the course of their lives, starting when Jackson was 3 and she was just a baby, and all the way up into going last October.
Yeah.
And being able to see them experience it at different ages and experience it in a different way at each age.
Yeah.
And experience it with different family as well, because we've traveled with family on different trips, and how that's impacted them and their love of Disney overall.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely changed over the years. This last year we got to do Mickey's Not So Spooky again. Was it Not So Scary?
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yeah. That. But we also did that when they were younger. Mm-hmm. And their reaction is different. What they liked this time and what they liked the time before was different.
Well, there was always the one commonality of things that they liked.
Candy.
The candy.
Yeah. So yeah, as you guys and probably gathered since we're a military family, that's where the salute part of salute to the ears comes from. Being a military family was something that really, I think, kind of surprised us how well it fit us. Like anything, there's hard things with it, but there was also a lot of good memories made along the way.
Yeah, we always said that it was, we could see us doing it, for a full career, and we really had to grieve when that ended and changed. But one of those things that helped us heal was our trip to Disney World, and that we took a few months, about 4 or 5 months after you were injured.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely one of my big goals. Was told I wouldn't be able to do it, that I wouldn't be able to walk around the parks, and can be a little stubborn at times.
A little competitive.
And had to prove some people wrong. But yeah, it was a goal, and I think it was definitely
that was the turning point.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a big turning point in your recovery, in our family's journey into where we are now. And I think it was also just something that solidified for our kids that there was hope, and there was something bigger, to believe in. When we were able to include things like a trip to Disney World, like Disney movies, like conversations about all things Disney and Star Wars and Marvel, and
I think at that point we probably knew every word to Brave and Tangled.
Yeah,
it seemed like they were constantly playing at our house. I think they were driving Jackson crazy.
And Beauty and the Beast at one point, the original Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
She watched those on repeat.
Yep.
They both saw, but she doesn't remember it, but he saw Avengers at the drive-in at Fort Drum.
We even went to the movie theater. He and I went to the movie theater, and then all of us went to the drive-in, which was real close to us. No, it was fun. So one of the things we're going to talk about here at this time is what is our absolutely favorite thing, Disney. It could be rides, parks, food. I like to eat.
We have a teenager.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah, teenage boy. He can put down some food and he likes to eat. But anything that has to do with Disney, and this includes Pixar movies. We love Pixar movies too. So what is your absolutely one favorite thing?
The easiest answer I can give for that is the Magic Kingdom fireworks show.
Yep.
So, the name has changed over the years. It's been Wishes. It's been, it was something before Wishes. And it was something in between Wishes and now, but it's now Happily Ever After. And of course, it's not happening right now thanks to COVID-19, but that has by far been my absolute favorite thing that Disney has done, and watching it change over the years of going. I grew up going every few years to Disney. I've seen the different shows that they've done in front of the castle and around the castle. But since our kids have been around, that show has been such a culmination of all things that we love about Disney. So it's the magic, and it's the hope, it's the story, it's the excitement. And for me, I cry every time.
Oh, you do?
I stand
absolutely.
there and basically sob like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because it's so emotional, and it brings up so many different pieces for me of what Disney in general means to us.
Yeah, that's a good one. When those lanterns went up the castle from the Tangled lanterns went up the castle, you were complete mess.
Oh yeah, the first time we saw that after your injury, that was because that was during her Tangled phase. That was the kind of current princess movie. That was the most recent one at the time, and that was playing, At Last I See a Light, and it was the start for us of a new chapter, knowing that you were going to retire, knowing that we were going to completely shift gears, shift careers, move all of the things. And it was like, okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
And so, it's just so emotional in so many aspects of things that have happened with us. I can tie back to something Disney.
Yeah. No, I think that's the one show that I can say we go and see every time we're down there.
Oh, yeah. We planned this last trip. We planned it around because there was only one night when it was
That's right. Yeah.
going during that trip. Because of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, it wasn't
Right.
happening every night, or most nights like normal. And so we planned our days around the fact that we needed to be in Magic Kingdom that evening for the show.
Right. And if you guys have never done the Mickey's Not So Scary and you have littles, do it. If you have the opportunity to do it, do it.
I mean, not this year, but
Yeah, kind of hard to do it
gone
this year. I think my favorite thing, one, I really like the fireworks show.
Yeah.
As I said before, like after my injury, it was trying to find different things that make you happy and finding your joy. For me, it's kind of the combination of a lot of things there. It's seeing you cry during the fireworks show or big belly laughs with Brooklyn as we're doing some kind of ride, whether it's teacups, which isn't particularly my favorite, but she likes it. Toy Story Mania is always big belly laugh. She can't hardly shoot because she's laughing. Same thing with Jackson. We're doing Rock and Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror, and it's big laughs. It's looking around and seeing adults and kids seeing the castle for the first time.
Yeah, I think you could stand on Main Street and just people watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Like most of the day and be completely content.
Yeah, bring me a chair and I'll sit there and watch people. That joy, and it's on adults and kids' faces walking down Main Street or watching fireworks or getting off some ride for the very first time that they absolutely loved.
The other one that always gets to me is when you see a character in a parade wave to a specific kid.
Yeah.
And that kid just lights up and they're seen.
Right.
They're seen and they're known by essentially their hero or, their favorite character or an iconic character. And it's mesmerizing. I mean, it's infectious, really.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
I hate using that term right now, but it's infectious. It's, that kind of smile on a kid's face and that kind of joy and magic really is what we love so much about the Disney experience overall, and not just in the park, but the way that it affects us through the movies, through the stories, through even through their work, with animal conservation around the world, and and working with kids through the Marvel Hero Project. And
we keep talking about it well after the trip is over. We've been lucky enough to have lots of magical moments while we're down there. I mean, just this last trip we had, we're back in Galaxy's Edge and Ray's coming up and showing Brooklyn how to use the Force.
Yeah.
Or the kids putting Buzz to bed and the fireworks going off overhead. That was like a postcard moment.
Yeah, that was, I honestly am shocked that I didn't cry while that was happening. It was for the kids to get asked to walk Buzz back to the toy box at the end of the night. And even to see our big kids, and that, we have a teenager who's taller than both of us, and, an 11-year-old who's going into middle school, and even to see these big kids just still get to be kids,
right?
And just have fun with it. Like, they know the magic of Disney characters,
right?
They know the full story of Disney characters. They're not naive in it, but they understand that still represents something about their own childhood experience and their own. And so they still love that, opportunity, and the fireworks were going off, and it was you couldn't have asked for any better. It was, if we had people there actually being able to take like good pictures and good video, it would have been, it's what commercials were made out of. That would have been commercial worthy for sure. That was a moment. I don't know what it is about the fact that I think we've gotten some sort of moment where we could say that was amazing and that was what we call Disney quality, right? Like we our standard is Disney.
Right.
Like our standard that we measure everything else against, every hotel, every vacation, every you know, any other theme parks, any other
It's
always Disney quality, you know, down to summer camps and everything else. We're like, where does it rank compared to a Disney property? Where does it rank compared to Disney quality? And there's been something about every trip we've taken that has had some element of that, whether it's what Disney calls a magical moment like that, where a cast member asks you to participate in something, or just having that moment like me crying at, you know, standing there sobbing like an idiot during...
You're not the only one. There's other people.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's pretty common.
But, I mean, we started that, and we went there on our belated honeymoon.
Yep.
So when we got married, you were still in basic, and so we didn't get a honeymoon. And we took it when you came home from your first deployment in Iraq, and we went to Disney without Jackson.
Yep.
Which was hard. But
it was right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas. And so the park was decked out. And when we went to Magic Kingdom, I wanted ears for us. And I thought I wanted the honeymoon ears. About this. Yeah. I wanted the honeymoon ears. I wanted the bridal ones, the bridal mini ones, and the Mickey top hat groom ones. Mm-hmm. And we tried those on and decided that wasn't what we wanted. And we found Santa hats. So it was a Mickey and a Minnie Santa hat set, essentially.
Right.
And we bought those, and we were trying to take selfies horribly in 2007.
You didn't say that couldn't even been a good phone.
No, I think it was actually a camera.
Oh, I think you're right. I think
I don't even think it was. It was a little point and shoot.
Yeah,
it was
a little digital.
Yeah, a little point and shoot digital camera, and we're trying to take selfies on Main Street, and this cast member either offered to take our picture or just talk to us, and I can't remember what happened, but just kind of started a conversation with us,
and
we told him
the year of a million dreams.
Yeah, and we told him that we had our honeymoon buttons on, and said something about that. Mentioned that you had just gotten home from Iraq, and so we were taking our belated honeymoon because of that. And he was like, "Well, I have, you know, how would you like to be in the parade this afternoon?"
Yeah,
and we kind of looked at each other like, "Wait, what?" And so we were the grand marshals in the afternoon parade.
Yep.
And got to lead the parade through Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, sitting in one of the, was it like a fire truck or?
No, it was like an old car.
Yeah.
Like it was like a.
Yep. Only disappointing part of that, my least favorite character was right there with us. Clarabelle
Cow.
I'm sorry, Clarabelle Cow. I don't get it.
Okay, so that takes me into, what are your least favorite things about Disney?
Oh, man. Not nearly as many of these as my favorite things. So I think my least favorite thing is actually probably going to be hopping on the bus directly after fireworks with a stroller in hand. That...
I'm pretty sure... Trying to carry kids out of the park, stroller, all the things, has to rank up there with my least favorite things.
And it's you're getting on the bus, it's warm, the sugar finally wore off of the kids, or they're just ticked off because they're leaving in the first place.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm holding one of them, I'm holding a kid, and hoping I have enough core strength to keep myself upright so it's not like dominoes going down the aisle whenever we go to stop or take off. That's not fun for me.
No, it's not.
One of my other least favorite things, and this kind of ticked me off when we went down there last time, is they had two really good snack places at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And they were gone.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only place where you could get some of those things down there. Mm-hmm. And they were gone. Yeah,
and some of that was because those places were embedded within areas that got taken out in order to build Galaxy's Edge.
Right.
Which, I mean, Galaxy's Edge is amazing.
Right.
But it's hard when you do have pickier eaters, which we do.
Oh, yeah.
And, so when you have those pickier eaters and they don't want the food and the snacks that are odd,
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to put it. Because sometimes there are things that are very universal and very appealing to a large quantity of people.
Right.
And then I do think some of the newer stuff that they've includes things that have, some more.
Yeah.
Some more taste, some more flavors.
Kinda. I just feel like a lot of the snacks in Hollywood now are very generic. It's here's your lightsaber churro, which, by the way, not the place to get a churro. I love churros. That's not it.
I do like the fresh fruit options. I mean, that was really nice to have
absolutely.
those options within
Yep,
Hollywood
'cause
Studios and have a lot of fresh fruit.
I definitely hit that point in the week where I'm like, no more sweets.
Yeah.
Like, I need fruit. I need something halfway healthy. But there was the one. It was inside of a shop, and you could go in there and you could get like carrot cake
Oh,
cookie
the carrot
sandwich.
cake cookies.
Yeah, and you could get
That
good
was,
cupcakes.
but wasn't
and-
that back in Streets of America?
No, they had another one back there where you could get some of that same stuff, and they had some of their own signature.
There was one there on Grand Avenue,
Right.
where there was like a bakery.
Right. Yeah, that thing was fantastic, and you could get a snack there, and now you'd been able to go out and watch the Star Wars fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
But that was gone.
Yeah.
Was not a fan.
Yeah, and we had a whole list of snacks that we wanted to try on this
Right.
last trip.
Yeah.
And a couple of them were from those places that we
Yep.
would have liked to have gone back and had again. But yeah,
Yep. So what's your least favorite thing?
honestly, least favorite thing is a lot harder for me than favorites.
Oh, absolutely it was. Yeah.
I'm with you on the end of the night, trying to walk all the way to the buses.
Right.
Get on the bus, go to the resort, because we are stay on property people. But I mean that works whether you have to drive it or not.
Right.
I think for me really it's the ending in general. So that goes for whether it's the end of a franchise, the end of a movie, or it's the end of the night at a park, or the end of the trip.
Right.
We don't live there. We don't get to go all the time. We're not annual pass holders, hopefully someday. But even, when it's been like when Toy Story ended, or, now we're at the end of Star Wars, having the end of that franchise be done.
Right.
I feel like there's so many things that have continued and have not ended with Disney. Mm-hmm. That when we do get to those ending things, those are my least favorite. Like I don't want to deal with saying goodbye to any of it.
Right.
And not that Toy Story is gone. I mean, obviously we have Toy Story Land now in Hollywood Studios, and they're gonna continue to do shorts, and those characters are not gone.
No, they're gonna.
But
Yeah.
there's just something about it that's like it's almost a grief, like that you have to have of like, okay, it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. When we come home, everyone's kind of moping around for a couple days.
Yeah, it takes us
One,
a good
we're
few days.
exhausted.
Yeah,
But two, everyone's sad because we came home.
yeah,
And
we do.
it's-
We pack a lot in. We're always
We
exhausted
do,
when we come
yeah.
home. We pack a lot into a short amount of time.
Yeah, we do. And everyone's already thinking, okay, when do we get to go next?
Yeah.
And we never want it to end, which is why we sit around the dinner table and talk about it and end up doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So
That's really what this was born out of, was the fact
Right.
that particularly during the last 3 months and being at home a lot more, not having practice in the evenings, having more family meals than what we were before at the table, it sparked more conversations, and it sparked more, okay, well, what did you really like? What do you really like? What do you think about this? And it's been one of our favorite things about this time in the last 3 months has been the conversations that we've had.
Right. Okay. So here in just a bit, we're bring in the kids. Not for sure which one we're going to talk to first, or I'm going to talk to first. But before you go, a couple quick questions.
Sure.
We've got a trivia question and a kind of like a would you rather. So, trivia question. Here we go. We get, that's an easy one. What are the names of the 7 dwarfs in Snow White?
Oh man, you gonna make me do this on
Out the
the
get-go.
fly?
Go.
You didn't even warn me about this one.
Nope.
Okay. So Happy, Sneezy, Sleepy, Dopey, Doc, Grumpy, and I'm missing one. Bashful.
There you go. Whew.
That was harder than it should have been.
Okay, next one. Would you rather get to go down there and spend one night in the apartment in Cinderella's castle? Okay, or get to go down there and spend 10 nights, and you're in a value resort.
Value resort for sure.
Yeah.
I would much rather, even though I don't want to actually stay at a value resort when we go on vacation. I'm a moderate resort girl all the way. Like I like the amenities and what we get out of that. It fits our family perfectly. There are things about the value resorts that we'll talk about another time that I'm not a fan of, but the thing is, you really aren't, the way we do Disney, you aren't in the room very much. You're there to sleep and get ready to go.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, I'd much rather stay at a value resort and get 10 days to go do stuff than to spend one night in a room and not get to do, really much of anything else.
Yeah.
What about you? Between those two things, what would you?
Man, if it was one of those things where, okay, I knew I was going to get to come back later, I'd probably pick Cinderella's castle because I know what goes along with that. You get a VIP tour. You get the concierge that goes with it that will bring you whatever. You get to just pretty much walk up straight on the rides. And the memories that would be made just with that one night would be awesome. But you're still talking about 10 days of being there and being able to do absolutely everything you wanted to do.
Yeah, because we typically go for shorter stints than that. I mean, I don't think we've ever done longer than a 7-day trip.
No.
And, we pack a lot into those days. And so to be able to spread that out more and to be able to really hit all of the things that we want to do and be included, Yeah, I think I would go I mean, I don't love the value resorts, but I would go value resort.
Yeah. So we're kind of split on this a little bit. What do you say we go grab the kids, see what their favorite and least favorite things are, and get their idea on some of this stuff?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Joining us now is my son Jackson.
Hello.
Hey. So we've been sitting here talking about what our favorite and least favorite things are all about all of Disney, okay? Mm-hmm. Not just the parks, not just the movies, not just the food. Like you like to eat a little bit, but all of Disney, okay? Any guesses of what your mama's was?
Favorite or least favorite?
Favorite.
The fireworks.
The fireworks, yep. Yep, it's a pretty good guess. She likes those a little bit.
That was pretty easy.
She always starts to cry.
Crybaby.
Yeah. Any guess what mine was?
No clue.
No clue? Okay. Mine was just seeing the happiness and the joy and the magic around.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good one. Okay, so any guess of what our least favorites were?
It's a small world.
Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't even think about that one. Oh, no. Nope. Your mama's was just leaving and everything, like when things are finished. Like when Toy Story's finished, when Star Wars was finished. Like, and leaving. Like, that was hers. Mine was the bus after fireworks, holding a stroller.
That's always bad.
It's usually hot. I don't care if it's winter. It's usually hot on there. All right. So what's your favorite?
My favorite is probably the theming on the rides.
The theming on the rides.
All the rides have some sort of theme, and it's always usually really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of those that I like, I don't know. Do you have a favorite one?
Haunted Mansion theming's real good. All of Pandora.
Pandora, yeah, that's pretty good. I think my favorite theming on any of them is probably Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it all around it's good, like Q and everything.
Yeah. It's going in and seeing what's supposed to be spider webs. We figured out what it was like
Hot
hot
glue,
glue
yeah,
or
something
something.
like that.
Yeah. That one's pretty good.
Slinky Dog Dash, that Q's fun, and the whole
Yeah.
area through there.
Yeah. All of Galaxy's Edge. They did
Yeah, all the theming and Q's and
Yeah.
rides for that are good.
Yeah, I don't think it matters like what park you're in. Whether
There's
it's Magic
always
Kingdom,
something there.
There's always something
yeah.
there, and it's when it comes to theming, I'm anxious to see what they do with Epcot,
Yeah, because that's theming all over the place. You
It's-
have
and it's gonna be all new theming.
you have all sorts of different themings.
Yeah.
You have all the countries. You have Spaceship Earth. You have
You're gonna have the new Guardians
Seas,
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
have all of New France and
yeah, France,
all
you're gonna
that.
have Ratatouille, which is actually gonna be fun because it's on a trackless system, which
Yeah.
we haven't done. So that'll be something new. It'll be something fun. I think everywhere. I mean, you got Pandora over in Animal Kingdom. Even before that, I guess it was just primarily like animals and then the dinosaur ride. Which
yeah.
I mean, that ride's been there from the beginning. Magic Kingdom. I mean, it's Magic Kingdom. It's the whole
yeah,
thing's a big
the
thing.
entire thing's theming.
Yeah, I think that's what that theming is. What sets them apart from whether it's Universal or up here Worlds of Fun.
Yeah, World
or,
of Fun has no
or-
theming.
or Silver Dollar City.
Well, that one has a little more theming,
little
but
bit,
it's
yeah.
not compared to Disney.
Right. I think that's what makes Disney a theme park and those other ones amusement parks.
Yeah.
It's Disney's doing a better job of getting some of those thrill rides that you and I like to ride together.
And still keeping a theme. to it.
Right. Yeah. Because riding those rides, like, you always make fun of me whenever we do, like, Rock and Roller Coaster or a Tower of Terror, and I start laughing every single time. You start making fun of me before we even go in there. But that's just how I do it. I'm not a screamer. I'm a laugher. Okay, so what's your least favorite thing?
Least favorite's probably the crowdedness during sometimes of the park. Because
Yeah.
middle of the afternoon, it gets real crowded and it just feels really overwhelming. And then sometimes in the heat, it's just not fun.
Yeah, and we haven't even been down there during the summer.
Summer, no.
During the peak, and when it's really crowded, I tell you that's not fun. It's not fun. Pretty much everybody's complaining about the heat at that point.
Yeah.
Why we're all complaining about it, I don't know, because we knew we were coming down to Florida
Yeah.
in July or August. But everyone's complaining about it, and then you also get a lot of really big tour groups from all over the
world,
place,
yeah.
all over the world. Some of them are friendlier than others. Some of them not so much. I think one of the things that just came into my mind of least favorite thing, another least favorite thing, for me this last time, which is when I noticed it more than ever, is all the Instagram.
Yeah, it's
Pictures,
getting
like-
more notorious
Yeah,
than ever.
especially in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's I joke around all the time saying, when I retire, I'm just going to go sell balloons at Magic Kingdom. And I remember walking past the balloons, watching the balloons, and seeing someone pull the balloons down out of the guy's hand and taking pictures with them. So I guess that kind of falls into the crowd because
Yeah, that
it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's
people ruining the magic. That's
right. Yeah, I think that's probably
That's the
more of
big
it,
thing.
more so than just the crowd.
yeah, because I can stand it when it's
Right.
just crowded and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. One of the other ones that your mama and I were talking about, like, there's so many good things, like all the different, it seems like we've been lucky as a family and had all kinds of different, like, magical moments.
yeah.
And we talked about those, but this one I know bugged you when we were there last time. The snack place that left at Hollywood
yeah, and
Studios.
Hollywood Studios is gone
Yeah.
now. Yeah, now it's just a Pixar themed
Yeah,
gift
'cause
shop.
You like yourself some carrot cake.
Yeah,
And they had that carrot cake cookie sandwich thing.
that was good.
Yeah, and that thing was gone. So how I'm ending these little parts of talking to you and your mama in Brooklyn is by asking a couple of questions, okay? First one's a trivia question.
All right.
Let me get this going. You get kind of competitive on these sometimes, so let's see what happens here. You may not know that one. How many fingers does Mickey Mouse have?
4.
4. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're right. It is 4. 3 fingers and a thumb. Okay. Would you rather... I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Mama. Okay? Would you rather get to go to Disney World, spend one night in the Cinderella, like the apartment up in Cinderella's castle, one night there, okay? Or 10 nights, but we're staying in a value resort.
Depends what perks come with the.
Okay, so here's the perks that go with the one night. Okay, you get your own basically concierge that will go and get whatever you want, like whatever food you want. They
from
bring
around
you,
the parks,
from around the parks, even outside the parks, they'll bring it to you.
Okay.
Okay. You get like VIP service, so you get to walk on the rides.
I'll just take. I'll take the one night because I can go do everything. With no waits. I can.
Yeah. I don't know if that includes going over to the other parks there, or if that's just within Magic Kingdom.
Even if it doesn't, I'll take
just the one night.
Just the one with the VIP and any of the food and walking on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the one.
The one night. Okay, one night over 10. We were kind of split. I won't tell you which way you were leaning, but attaboy. Attaboy. All right. With that, I think it's time to go grab your sister and see which side she lands on. Joining us now is my daughter, Brooklyn.
Hi.
So, what we've been doing is going over what some of our favorite and least favorite things are. This is all of Disney, okay? Including the parks, the travel, the planning, the travel, the movies, the food, all that stuff. Okay? So, any guesses what your mama's was?
Fireworks? Probably?
Fireworks, yeah. Everybody knows it's the fireworks. Everybody knows. So, what is your very favorite thing?
Probably one of my favorite things is the castle and the leading up to going.
The castle and leading up to going? Yeah. All of us really enjoy when we get to see that castle for the first time. Well, I shouldn't say all of us. Like, your brother likes it, but it's not one of his favorite parts. But it's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite things was the happiness and the joy on people's faces, like when they see the castle for the very first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it could be just the first time in a long time, kind of like it is for us. Or what was your other one? The castle and what else?
Leading up to.
Leading up to it, yeah. We watch all kinds of videos and stuff.
Yeah.
That way. Yeah. We'd usually watch a video at breakfast. And
getting ready for school.
Yeah, getting ready for school, and then we're making our list of our snacks that we want.
And then the paper chain we always do.
Oh yeah. You do a paper chain, counting down the days of when we get to go.
Yeah.
What else do we do that gets us ready to go? We're planning out our rides, right?
Yeah.
Or where we're gonna eat at.
Park days.
Park days, yeah.
Yeah.
You're always watching videos on like the pool.
Yeah.
Like what's the pool gonna be like, or the hotel. And like this last time, we got to do the Skyliner.
Oh, yeah, and then we also got the plan for the costumes.
Oh,
costumes
yeah.
for Mickey's Not So Scary, which I know it's not happening this year, but...
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, though, huh? Yeah, what was your favorite part about that?
Oh, I think I liked the parade a lot, and I liked the fireworks show for that.
Yeah.
I thought the Jack Skellington pub was pretty cool, so...
You know what me and your mama said? You guys' favorite part was?
What?
The candy.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of candy.
Yeah. And then I bought myself Goofy candy for the airplane.
You did, yeah. We had you guys didn't even need to go out trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, whenever you go do Mickey's, when you first came in, they give you all a bag. If you're supposed to be there for a party, not only the kids get to go around and get candy, but the adults too. So we had so much candy when we came back.
Yeah, another cool thing about that one is the live actors on like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff.
Yeah, that was something different. There's all these different overlays on the rides, whether it's pitch black on Space Mountain, which you didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not my thrill seeker on the rides.
Yeah.
But like Pirates has live actors. So what is your least favorite thing?
Well, this one's kind of like a least favorite / creepiest one. It's Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh,
like having to like if I ever have to like go inside or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
the bears creep you out, huh?
Yeah, they kick me out.
There's a lot of people who really like that ride. But I could see where you're at. That one is kind of creepy. Some of those older animatronics, like It's a Small World. which I'm surprised none of us picked that one. I thought maybe your brother would pick that one, but that's not what he picked.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of those older ones, they're classic. There's a lot of people who like
Yeah.
for that reason, but it can be kind of creepy.
Yeah, like I gotta respect the ride. Like I don't like mind it, but it just kind of creeps me out.
Yeah, it's not really a ride though.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be funny and a comedy, but yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. It's like it's like going and seeing they don't move well anymore.
Yeah.
So, okay. My least favorite thing was the hot crowded buses at the end of the night after fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Your mama's was when everything finishes, whether it's our trip's finished or the end of the night, or like a movie series ends like Toy Story 4.
Yeah. I won't watch Toy Story 4 again because I cry
know.
too much.
Yeah, you tend to cry into movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was Jackson missed some snacks. He was missing some snacks.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets a little hot and crowded. Mm-hmm. But overall, that's not too bad. Okay, so quick question for you. You're getting 2 questions. One of them is the same as everybody else, and one of them is a trivia question.
Okay.
Okay. Which Disney princess attended Elsa's coronation day in Arendelle?
Rapunzel. And
Oh,
Eugene.
there you go. You got that one. Okay, and this is a would you rather. A would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather spend one night in the apartment in Cinderella's castle and you get everything that goes along with it? So that's somebody who's bringing you all your food, any food that you want. Okay.
When I'm
You-
not in
you-
the parks.
You get one night. Okay. So they can bring you whatever food you want. You can go out to the park early and you can stay out a little late. Okay. And you also get the VIP treatment of you get someone who escorts you up to the rides and you can just walk on them. Okay. Or you have a 10-day trip and you're staying in a value resort.
I would probably say 10-day trip. Just because sometimes there's some of the rides where like the queue has so much theming, if you actually don't look at it and like focus in or read stuff,
Yeah.
it kind of just
You feel like you're missing out?
yeah.
Yeah, so you'd rather do 10 days, and then you can go to all the parks and everything.
I'd rather have an experience as like everybody else than have all those amenities. So
But it's one night in the castle. Eh?
we can go to Cinderella's Royal Table, can't we? If we can get a reservation.
Yeah, I guess there is that. So we ended up split on that question, 2 and 2.
Oh wow.
And probably not the way most people would have thought. So you and Mama picked the 10-day. And me and Jackson picked the night in the castle. So
Okay.
who would have thought, huh?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I want to thank everybody for listening to the very first episode of Salute to the Ears. If you like what you heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Salute to the Ears.
Have a magical week.